Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston, and here with Sam. Say
It's
hello.
getting hot in California, and I don't like it.
Today, I'm completely ignore it. Today, we're talking about set four color, the color black. We're going to be going over all of the cards that were in the set and just giving your opinions on if it's a good color for the set and how it compares. Very interesting set for black, and probably has some of the best cards in the set in it. What do you think?
Yeah, so if we look at the history of Black, I think that's been the case for the last couple sets. We were really in awe of all the admirals; they were all very good and very interesting. And then the next set came out, and they had Show and this really cool CP package. So to follow it up, we have this Dressrosa package now. That I might not be the hugest fan of, but there are some cards in here that are quite exceptional.
Yeah, I think so too. And I do think people are going to play it. I'm going to call it Rebecca Black forever, and not explain myself further. The first deck I saw online was a Rebecca deck, so I do think people are going to play this regardless
Yep.
of its like status. Um, its only support in this set is black cards. But blue is such a good color, it has so much draw power that just splashing a couple cards here and there because you can doesn't hurt. Um, we've often talked about dual colors having the advantage of having more 2K counters than anybody else. That was more important in early sets when they were limited, but the utility of those 2K counters comes into effect now. You have more options, and that's incredible. Um, but the cards are good. The cards are good. Sabo is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a vanilla 5 drop 7K Law is pretty good with counter and looks incredible. They got a searcher off the bat, and Gear 4 Monkey D. Luffy
Yeah,
is crazy.
amazing. Yeah, and I think people compare Vivi and Rebecca a lot together. They're very similar in effects and in basically in everything. But the difference between the two is Rebecca got good cards. If Vivi had some down to it better cards, Pell is great, but Pell is a support tool. Rebecca has cards that can, or sorry, Rebecca Black has cards that can absolutely just win you the game. Talking about this Luffy, he can attack regulars, but if you send 7 from the trash to the bottom of the deck, he becomes active again. That's a huge power threat, and I don't want to be over exaggerated, but Sabo might be one of my favorite cards printed right now. Blocker, all of your characters can't be KO'd at the start of your next turn, and then you draw 2, discard 2. That's a wonderful card, absolutely exceptional. And then it has to be my favorite is this event card, this King Gun, 6,000 power, and if you have 15 or more in your trash, you gain double attack. Um, Double attack with a Luffy that hypothetically and most likely is going to attack twice at minimum 13k power is pretty powerful. These are cards that are, not universal necessarily to the Dressrosa mechanic, so you might just see them pop around.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Being able to play this card, the Gum Gum, King Kong Gun, whatever they're gonna translate it to, uh, as a splash with the Luffy and a couple of these other cards into full other black decks or into blue decks. I think it might be worth playing it with like the Law and the Sabo
Mm-hmm.
with that event card into a couple other decks and looking into what's possible there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because it's such a big end game.
Yeah.
Uh, the Sabo is incredible. I agree with you there. It has so many things that it does. It has too many things that it does, really. Um,
And it has counter power.
it has counter power. It's incredible. Totally worthy of the double alt art this set. And I think the biggest downside for Dressrosa is the closest thing we got to God Usopp is shame, really.
Oh. I can't believe I wasn't going to mention it because I had forgotten it. That's every set now they've been missing. That's one that should have been here. He didn't need to be the super rare or anything. He could have just been in here and I would have been fine. But
Yeah.
he's here in this art though. He's here in our hearts. You know, we know he belongs there. That's what matters. But for Rebecca specifically, I think this deck does work because of these few cards. They do have a searcher. Some of these other cards are really good. I'm a huge fan of this Bart blocker. It's also a 2K. That's a wonderful 2K combo, as you were mentioning, of versatility and playing in other decks. I absolutely could see Barto making an appearance in other black decks now, or even in Z taking over some of those purple slots.
Yeah.
You know, and I do like, I'm interested in this Kuros card, or Cyrus, that's how it's on this website. I'm wondering if he's KO'd multiple times. Can I use his on play effect multiple times? I have a lot of questions on that. But thinking about other black decks that are going to abuse this, I'm really excited about Garp. These are all straw hats that you're able to search with Nami, and having access to, you know, this combo, playing a couple Sabos, playing some of these laws. I think Garp is probably one of the bigger winners here. It's looking at some of the previous leaders.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah,
exciting.
it's very exciting to get support for a leader that has been underutilized. On the second page of the black, you have the Karada Stadium. Not pronounced correctly, it's Spanish. I'm sorry, I couldn't roll the R's. Um, it gives your Dressrosa characters the ability to attack the turn they're played into characters. That's how I'm still reading it, um, which is going to be powerful at one cost. You don't have to tap it to do this. It's not give one of your characters after tapping this or resting. So it's up and available for the Thunder Soldier Kairos. So there's just options, and the set looks good. Beautiful cards. We got a couple beautiful pirates here with Cavendish, and I don't
Yeah.
know. What was this? We've been talking about the support for other sets in these videos. Is there? I just see Stussy. Was there anything else that stood out as like previous set? And Stussy, I don't know where it fits in. I hope the translation's off a little bit, and it's like switching the numbers around or whatever. But who else supports previous sets?
Yeah, so they every other color I think has had 3 cards. I think it's been very specifically 3 cards.
Hmm.
However, I only see 2 cards here that don't fit the Dressrosa mechanic. We get the Giants from the Ennie's Lobby section, but they're Giants World Government, so I don't know how they really work. And then you have Stussy that looks
Yeah.
at the top 3, and I thought it was another CP searcher. Would have been huge for that Lucci deck. That would have been monsters. But it says 2 or less, and unless that's incorrect, the only targets it has is Spandam and like 2 other. One of them's a vanilla. Like, they do
Yeah.
not have targets for this, so I do not understand this card at all, unless we're receiving more support for them in the future. But yeah, support for the last color is a little lackluster, but I'm gonna forgive them. They know they gave us Sabo. It's okay. That's the support for the other colors. Just play Sabo. Just play
That's
Sabo. It's fine. Yeah, we'll get over it.
That's great. Maybe there's going to be a Giants deck that allows you to play all the Giants in different colors or something.
That would be pretty cool.
And they're just prepping us for Giants.
We got
Who
2,
knows?
right? We got 2. We have Hodgerden as well. So
Yeah.
shout out the Giant deck. It's not out yet, but Preston's calling it, so it must be
Yeah,
good.
it's coming eventually.
Yeah, it's coming eventually. You know, looking at these cards, I don't think it as a set it's the best color. I still think that it might be green right now out of the ones we reviewed. However, if we were doing it off of just impact cards, I'm gonna give it to black. I think Sabo, then the Luffy plus this Kong mechanic are just going to be an impact on this meta. I think enough to maybe shake this red core that we've been in. I truly think so. Even though it might be Garp, which might still be red. However, it won't be just vanilla red, which is a win. It's still a win.
That's so bad. Yeah, I think this is one of the better colors. Green is phenomenal. It's super cohesive, and everything. And we gushed about it for probably way too long in that video, so go check that out. Not too long. It's enjoyable, right? But it's still the better color in this set. And black is a close second, I think. I think it has a lot of good impact. Um, I think a lot of people are going to want to play this deck and they're going to find a way to make it work, even if it's doing a really good hybrid of blue and black, which would be best case scenario for this leader that can't attack. Um,
They need it.
they need it.
They need it. Shout
Absolutely.
out, shout out Black. I was worried when they got off the Navy that they might lose some of their, I don't know, their pop. But what was I thinking? They gave us Gear for Luffy with and this amazing Sabo card. So I'll never doubt Black ever.
Yeah, it's been solid, and they're doing a good job keeping it solid.
Shout out that. Guys, that is our color review for Black. Let us know in the comments if we, missed a combo. Are we overhyping this Luffy with this event card? I don't think so. Let us know. I think Rebecca has a lot of potential. This is probably one of the more interesting leaders, but they are definitely heavy on with those cards, the good character cards. Are we playing Rebecca? Are we looking to play these cards in other decks? Let us know down in the comments. And if you are still here, please consider doing the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye. I'm so excited for Garp. I can't wait for Red to be tier 1. It's been so long.
It's been so long since we got to feature a red deck.
I was just thinking that. I was like, wow, I have not covered any red all year long. I'm so excited. Oh, you can Nami search these guys. That's so funny.